7 garbage Clash of Clans attacks. And whether it's using a jump spell on the CC or dropping a clone spell on a P.E.K.K.A. and end up hitting the healers, we got some bad attacks. And coming attack number 1, this man is using 3 Lava Hounds and 17 super minions, just absolutely demolishing that laboratory elixir pump. And then going into this attack, this man only brought 2 spells. He brought 2 freezes, which is obviously not so great. And the super minions, you know, their unique ability is to shoot 3 long-ranged rockets. But as you saw, he just shot like 100 rockets into absolutely no defenses, just nothing. Uses his second spell on the Eagle and an Expo. And at this point, I mean, this Flaner's also dropped in a horrible spot. It's getting like 2 shots off this whole time. And then he drops all his heroes, and they're not going inside of this base whatsoever. Obviously the Champ and the Warden does. But the Keen actually hitting the wall going in. The Warden ability took out 3 defenses. If he actually would have waited with that Warden ability, would have dropped that in the center of the base, might have got the Eagle, might have made a difference in this attack, but you know, not looking too good so far. Drops his Keen, he's got that new like soccer ball ability and the Earthquake. But gets the Keen inside of the walls. Champ goes down. Now it's just this Ward, and it's obviously already used his ability. Still has his Queen ability. Shoots the arrow right off the map, and it's not looking too good. His Flaner goes down. For some reason, it has some Valkyries in it. And yeah, that attack is over right there. Coming in attack number 2, we got A-Wasp versus Akram. And Akram here, he's gonna drop 105 archers on the outside of the base. 105 archers, and then he drops his giants, and then he drops his dragons, and then he drops his P.E.K.K.A.s, like, and wizards, drops all of his troops in the same exact tile. I mean, this man's gotta be like 8 years old. This man must have grabbed his brother's phone and attacked into war for him, because he dropped every single in the same spot, used all their abilities, and then, what is this? Did this man? Nah, he did not just drop 5 lightning spells on the CC. Like, what is that? That's absolutely nothing. And of course, his siege machine has nothing inside of it. And at this point, his attack is almost already over. Like, all of his troops are already dead because, I mean, 105 archers. And the thing about those archers, he drops so many of them in the same spot, the mortar just going to town on him. You know, basically only has his Champ, Queen. He's got a dragon or 2 left, but yeah, at this point, tag is already over. Fastest attack of all time. Coming in the next attack, we got Kale versus Andre. And Kale, you know, he's gonna bait out the CC. Some good comp right here, comp strategy. Drop his Archer Queen on the outside, and of course, nice little hidden Tesla in the corner. But then what Kale's gonna do...
What is this? For what? Why?
Kale is gonna drop a jump spell on the CC. Like, had to be a misclick, but he drops a freeze, and of course the Super Dragon. Super Dragon is actually a very good CC troop, because if people don't understand, it does splash damage and just damage over time, right? So even if you freeze it, the damage will, if it gets a shot off, it will continue to do that long-lasting damage, like a flamethrower. And yeah, his Queen goes down, even though he had a Rage and a Freeze and a jump spell on that CC. Just a heal in the middle of the base. But half his troops are going outside, another half are going inside. Keen's getting targeted by a single Inferno. He uses his ability, but it goes down. Not looking too good. His log launcher is still pouncing its way through the middle of the base. But the thing is, his golems went to the top of the base, and his P.E.K.K.A.s and the rest of his troops went to the bottom of the base, and his Valkyries made it inside, thankfully. Nice little Valkyrie walk. And yeah, P.E.K.K.A.'s going outside the base, going right next to the town hall, but there's absolutely no way they're gonna break that wall to go to the town hall. There's too many distractions. The Keen's right there. There's too many towers on the outside. Even if they had infinite health, town hall would be one of the last targets they hit, you know, because he doesn't have any earthquakes, he doesn't have anything to get through these walls. So of course his attack's gonna go down, hit by that tornado trap, and it's over. Coming in attack number 4, we got Achilles versus Zay. And Achilles, you know, we've had some pretty bad walks, and this man's trying to Warden Walk, but his Warden is on air. And healers do not heal air troops, unfortunately. The new, I don't even know what it's called, but the new healer in the game, it does, so maybe you should try that. But of course, now he's got a boulder walk. And then for some reason, he's lighting out an archer tower. Like, very strange. Obviously, this guy's a pretty big noob. He drops a heal. An interesting heal when there's 1 archer tower on your boulders. I guess we gotta keep him alive, even though there's 2 healers on him. And then a skeleton spell, a heal spell, and a rage on a skeleton spell, a heal, and a rage on an Expo. It's gonna do absolutely nothing. Legitimately nothing. They're just running over to that Archer Queen and dying. This spell usage is just absolutely horrible. And then instead of dropping these P.E.K.K.A.s on the right side, maybe he drops them on the outside of the base left side, 2 baby dragons on top of each other, a rage, and then what is this? He has 2 lava hounds. Why would you... Just explain to me why you would have 2 Lava Hounds in this attack. It makes absolutely no sense. Somehow, these P.E.K.K.A.s are making it inside the base. It's absolutely shocking stuff. Drops this Keen, 2 Ice Golems. This is such an interesting army comp, which is usually what I'd look for, to be honest, because we could watch E-Drag attacks all day, but no one would watch the videos if that was the case. But yeah, no, we got P.E.K.K.A.s inside the base, actually doing some work. If he had more P.E.K.K.A.s, no Lava Hounds, this might have been a 2, this might have been a 3-star, you know, if you scout spell usage right, you could have 3-starred that base. But coming in attack number 5, we got Arthur versus 2007. And Arthur, you know, Queen Walk's looking good right now, and this is actually a smart placement of the Queen, and he's gonna drop a super wall breaker to go in the wall here, and because he's coming in like a horizontal side like this, and the Queen is actually gonna go through these walls once the wall breaker gets there, destroys the wall, and it's gonna go for the King too. So very good funneling, you know, he understands the game enough to understand when he needs to funnel, but then he drops a haste. I don't know if he thought that was a rage or something, but he drops a haste on his Archer Queen, which does basically nothing because it's not going to help the healers, has to use his Queen ability to keep her alive. And of course, this haste is not going too great. And a level 27 against a level 26 Archer Queen with support of the defenses gets her kill, drops the rage way too late, it goes down, and then this man, he transitions into a Golem Walk. His P.E.K.K.A.s. See, I said 2 minutes ago that he understood funneling. I'm gonna have to retract that statement. He has no understanding of funneling, because why are these P.E.K.K.A.s so far on the outside? If he just dropped 1 over there, or just dropped 2 of his witches over there, funneled inside, you know, he could have potentially got the 2-star, could have got the Town Hall, but at this point, it's not looking too good at all. Drops his King on the right side for some strange reason, and there's absolutely no troop to get the Rose E-Drag besides the witches. And the Warden is helping the witches take out the E-Dragon. That's the only way it can go down. Uses the Warden ability, and realistically, better funneling. This guy would have done so much better. King on the right side goes down. Would have liked to see him use that with the main army. A nice jump spell to get to the center of the base. And this is such an interesting attack because I feel like he's doing some things pretty good and then something so bad. He just poisons nothing. Every time I compliment this man, he just does the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why are we not poisoning the E-Dragon? We're dropped it on Casper the Ghost. I mean, what are we doing? And coming the next attack, we got TF2, hashtag free TF2 or whatever that is. Go to game. Obviously Valve doesn't care about the game anymore. Makes them basically no money. But we got 4 super wall breakers, and I'm gonna be honest, we'll just have to chalk this up to he doesn't really understand how the super wall breakers work. It must have been his first time using them. He used 4 on like a level 7 wall. That is crazy because there's so much more space, and then actually a really good, you know, giant arrow. Probably the first good giant arrow I've seen in these horse attacks videos. Took out the Archer Queen, took out a couple of their defenses. So that is value right there. I cannot lie about that. But then what's not value is dropping a clone spell on a P.E.K.K.A. when it can't carry that space because it's too low of a level. So he drops his healers. Now he's a cloned healer, which makes no sense for a lot of reasons. One, the more healers you have, the less healing they do, especially for heroes. And obviously, a clone's only lasts so long, so if it's just healing and it's doing not much healing, it's kind of useless. But this man on the right said he dropped a heal and a rage on the same exact spot, which you never want to stack heals and rages because you're always your troops are gonna go in there, run through the rage, and then just run past the heal and not get much healing. And of course, CC comes out and it's just harassing his King, harassing his P.E.K.K.A.s. And this man, he really did a whole 360 on this base. Started on the right side, went all the way up to the top, and started on the right side again, went all the way to the bottom to the left. And yeah, interesting attack strategy. Finally made it throughout the walls when they got rid of every single thing on the outside of the base. P.E.K.K.A.'s actually getting pretty close to that town hall. Really aren't much defenses left. He only has an Archer Queen, and she goes down. What the heck? And attack number 7, we got Green MP versus Harish. And Green MP, you know, we're just gonna drop a lightning on a barbarian king's like statue or platform. I don't even know what you call it, but absolutely useless usage of those lightnings. And then we're gonna clone some witches, and then drop some more witches on the left side, and then drop another clone on them. The spell usage. This might be up for the worst spell usage in all the videos. I mean, I've seen some bad stuff, but I mean, the amount of spells that were just 0 value or negative value is absolutely crazy. We got 2 golems coming in the center of the base, some loons for some strange reason. We don't have any healers or any air troops, so it's not really going to do anything whatsoever. And the CC is just straight harassing his golems. They're tank, and the thing about golems and tanks, you want them to be tanking for other troops, but as you can tell, every other troop on the board is absolutely dusted.